Greetings. Oh, I'm cooked, man. I just did my slow ones and my fast ones again, doing these hills. And I want to give you what God showed me if you're having like hypervigilance and anxiety. And in addition to that, to show you how to tap into that prayer yourself to get your own guidance. So before we begin, I just want to let you know that I appreciate you watching this channel. I won't make it long. I'll give you what you came for. All right, so the turning to prayer, I heard the voice of God, and God said, I am safe. You know, I am, and there is none beside me, right? I am. Everything around you is I am. Everything. If it didn't exist, well, then it couldn't be God, right? And the other way is true. If it wasn't God, then it couldn't exist. But we look at it through a broken lens. We see, you know, like a light pole here. It's an object in time and space. It's a piece of matter that's subject to rust and decay. But in reality, it's an idea in the mind of the inventor and the author. See? We look past the counterfeit claim of a material world and we look to the source, which is the idea. Everything in creation is an idea. So when you go back to the root, back to the foundation of ideas, then you recognize that when you switch one idea for another, you're looking through a different lens in your kaleidoscope. You're like switching it over to a different frame. That's how it works. That's what true healing is it's revealing. You're not trying to change something. You're trying to see through a different lens what actually is. Now, when you get that, it blows your mind because you can use it. Watch my last couple of videos for more if you like that type of information. Anyway, so, you know, it's been 29 days since I was exposed to the carbon monoxide poisoning for 10 months in my home. And, you know, the mind of this world tries to flare up every now and then and throw back, see, I got you still, here's some more symptoms. And then I have to go back and look past the illusion to the idea, and I have to hold steadfast to it, knowing that God's power breaks the dream, not my own will. And he does, and he breaks the dream. Henceforth, I'm back out here today running. Okay, so here's the deal. I turned to God this morning, and God said, I am safe. I am safe. Say that in your heart right now. Say that in your heart. Say, I am safe. Not just you, but everywhere you go, you are in I am. You live, move, and have your being in spirit. Every time you're confronted with danger today or threats, you know, they're everywhere. The internet is full of them. All it is just a big threat machine now. Look, here's where your money's going. Look, here's who's coming after you today. Look, the war's escalating. Look, the pipeline's closed. Look, everything's bad. Everything's bad. Just look right through it and say everything God made is a perfect spiritual idea and I am safe. And that's honor and obedience to God. That's honoring God. And all of our problems come when we break the first commandment, which means to dishonor God, which means that we let a false narrative take hold in our thought, and that's blasphemy. That's what blasphemy actually is. Okay, that's why it's the unforgivable sin, because when we take a false image from out there, from the ether, coming through the internet, we see, oh no, the war's escalating, my money's going to go this way and that way, and I'm going to be unsafe, and then we take that into our thought. Well, we just put that into the kaleidoscope lens, and we just dialed it in. Now we get to see more of it. And then the algorithm picks up on you, and the algorithm says, aha, I got you, I ensnared you. You know, the great AI, the great seducer, it comes in and says, now I got this node. I'm going to capture it. And it gives you more of the fear, more and more and more. And then it shows you everybody who's succeeding and you're not, so it can kick sand in your face. Look through the whole thing and just say, I'm safe. Why? Because there's nothing but God. I live, move, and have my being in spirit, and spiritual consciousness is the only consciousness. And then rest your case on that. Just rest. You don't have to do anything. God already did everything. He poured out everything, and it was already perfect, and the creation's already done. It's fulfilled. It's complete. You can't add to creation, and you can't take away from it, which means you can't intensify evil by letting it go. Let that set in. All right, so God said, I am safe, and then he gave me one more thing, and you need this part too. The only way you will be steadfast and true in it, because remember, God said there are 2 commandments, ultimately. Jesus said that. Love God with all your heart, soul, and might. So this I am safe because God is all. That'll hold you there. And the other commandment is to love your neighbor. All right, your neighbor might be your enemy. Love your enemy. So God told me, if you will hold on to these 2 things, you will see a radical shift in your world today, not tomorrow, now. This is for you too. Look through the illusion, I am safe. Know it in your heart, say it in your mouth, and walk it in your mind. And then love your enemy. Because when you love your enemy, love either sets you free or it chastens your enemies. Love will chasten them because God is all. So anything that's trying to attack you when you're the reflection of God as love is really attacking God. It's like the ultimate judo move. See, if you try to hate your enemies, you stick your face right up in the camera and they punch you right in the face. But if you are loving your enemies, then you just slide out of the way and they throw a punch right past you and they throw it at the face of God and then God smotes them. That's power right there. Look through everything. Say, I am safe. And then love your enemies. What do I mean by love them? I don't mean send them a love letter and tell them that you just are so grateful that they're alive. I'm saying recognize that the child of God is the only child and whatever's acting upon them is destroying them. You have to have compassion. So you love the child of God. It doesn't mean you have to like them. You just have to forgive them and love them. Much love.